Well, I'm on my way. I got some running around to do. I know Amy hates when I jam a lot of things into my day, but especially when I'm here, and I know I'm only here till early tomorrow morning. I'm going to stay over tonight. I'm going to get up at 6:30 tomorrow and go to the Meadows. It just makes a little sense to jam Ollie back in the car and drive home after his game. He's starting pitcher tonight, so I want him to be able to absorb all that with his friends tonight. We'll leave tomorrow morning. While I'm here, I wanted to get everything done. Went down to Mohawk. I sent you guys a little clip of pickpocket training. He was great this morning. Really happy with what I saw. James was happy with him. I had a million questions for him. How was he getting over the track? Did you think he was good? Was he strong? Left line, right line? Was there any changes you'd like to see? He said, no, he was great. So, happy to hear that about pickpocket. Really, really happy about that today. Went back up to the barn. I want to train everything. I knew I didn't have a lot of time. I want to make a couple sets of trot and hobbles up for Dom. In their barn. I want to talk to Harry about everything in his barn. He just stuff. I want to talk to him about Captain Incredible. He looked great on the track today. I saw him when I was out there myself. Probably ready to start training either Saturday this week or next week sometime. I'll leave that up to Harry, but he's got him looking great. The horse looks amazing, which we knew he would. Give him a rest, take care of him, and the horse is going to shine like a new penny, and that's exactly what he is, although they don't make pennies anymore in Canada. So, bad saying for you. Who did I go with this morning? Mario and I trained My Wicked Heart and Chicago Hall together. Now, Johnny called me the other day. Chicago Hall's good, but he's getting out of gear in weird places. I don't understand it. I said, well, are his knees bothering him? He said, I don't think so. He's not getting on the line. He's just out of gear. So I wanted to go and today. I saw the same thing, but I could tell right away what he was doing. He's got two little splints that weren't bothering him before, but as we push on closer to the summer, I think they are bothering him a little bit right now. Just little ones. You guys know where they're at if you know what splints look like. Front legs, up under the knees. They didn't bother him, but right at the bottom of those splints, they were bothering him. And the veterinarian came in and said, sure enough, yes, they are bothering him. Cryoed those splints. Now, if he had to qualify Saturday, he could. But he doesn't have to. He doesn't need to. And I'm not too worried about his qualifier coming up. He can qualify next Saturday. He trained good. I saw what was going on. We took the flip-flops off also. We're going to go to a 9/16. That's also something I want to look. Is he going to be able to trot with those on? I believe he can, but he's going to have to be the one to tell us that. So Chicago Hall is being set up to qualify, not this Saturday, but next Saturday. Happy with what I saw today. Yeah, out of gear. I knew immediately when I saw what it was and how we were going to alleviate it, and the vet did this morning. So you got to let that set a little bit. He'll be fine next week. My Wicked Heart will qualify on Saturday. She's probably ready to go mile 2-2 on Saturday, so she's looking at 2 qualifiers anyway. So James can go with her Saturday, hopefully. Century Legion was good. I was happy with the way he was trotting, the way he looked. I thought he was over on the left shaft a bit when the veterinarian went over and thought a little more fluid in the right stifle than the left. I said, well, here's the plan. What we're going to do, we're going to blister his stifles, poultice him up everywhere. I said, nowhere else bothering him? He said, no, his knees are good, his feet are good. Perfect. I don't want to get the flip-flops off him just yet because he's a big, strong colt, but they likely will be coming off at some point. Just maybe not yet. One more week or two with the flip-flops on. Otherwise, the shoeing was good. His equipment was good. I told Danny just a closed bridle instead of an open when we're going to Mohawk. You don't want to put him in that situation where he's going to start looking around and stuff. We want to have the horses started off on the right foot. So I think with a closed bridle and a snake cord on, perfect. Today, what else did I go with? Anybody? Gaslight Hall was good. Danny said he made breaks in the turns. I know why he's making the breaks in the turns. His knees are still a little pinchy. So this is how it was. He went from any time you have a horse with lines in their knees or anything like that, 6 weeks is when they start to fill in. Same as my wrist, or if any of you have fractured a bone, put lines or micro fractures, whatever you want to call them, in a bone. 6 weeks takes for that to, it can start to fill in and remodel a bit, but 6 to 8 weeks is when it starts to really settle down. 8 weeks for sure. Well, 5 weeks ago was when Gaslight Heart started to get on the line, started making breaks and getting sore. We've been working with his knees, shocking his knees, swimming him, jogging him. Danny's back training him now, and I trained him today. I love his gait, and he was sound, but he was uncomfortable when he came on the track. So I guess the best way to put it is 5 weeks ago, he was a little sore and uncomfortable. Now, after taking care of him for the past 5 weeks and doing a great job, the guys in the barn, he's gone from sore and uncomfortable to just a little bit mildly uncomfortable in sound. Now, as we progress into that 6-7 weeks, you're going to see him get sounder. 3 weeks from now, will be 8 weeks. If we can get to the 8-week mark with him the way he is, as is, you're going to see Gaslight Hall be set up perfectly for his 2024 season. Now, still 3 weeks, 21 days, so you can't just back off. You can't cheat and just put him in a stall. You're not going to get a chance to work him. Now you're missing more time. If you can continue to work him mildly, swim him, jog him, continue to shock those knees, keep him on a course of Adequan, I think that Gaslight Hall is going to come forward. You're going to have 3 more weeks before you can push on the accelerator with him. But if we can get to that 21-day mark with Gaslight Hall, I think you're going to see him fine for the rest of the season. I think you're going to see him set up well. That's my prediction, anyway. So I was happy with all them. I went with Hallie in the Clouds. She does start off a little bit rusty, as Old Horseman used to say, a little rusty right front, but jogged right out of it. I wanted to be there. I wanted to see what they were saying. I saw it for myself. Yes, she was a little bit pinchy right front. It was not her foot. Preston put the testers on her as soon as we come in. So 100% it's her knee. Dominic is doing a great job managing her knee. Again, we've been very gentle with her, taking our time with her. That will also fill in. As long as we continue to advance with her and keep her as is, she will get better and better and better. Don't ask for too much and don't push when you shouldn't. But on the path you're on right now, she will be fine sooner than later. Princess Dream. I told Emily, and Emily loves this filly, and Emily protects her like it was her child. So I went out in the track, and I had no idea how the injuries look. She got a gnarly looking knot of flesh on the outside of that right hind leg. And I'm like, geez, I don't know how she's going to look. Let's see how she looks. I went out and jogged her, sound as a dollar. She got her ears up, she's prancing on the track. 2 trainers went by, she got her ears up. The whispers started. You could probably turn her and go slow mile. I bet you she looks great. I'm sure the vet wouldn't okay it, and Emily certainly would not okay it, but I did turn her. I went a mile and 2:55 with Princess Dream today, which is super slow for her, but for Philly that was off and injured, it's her first training trip back. She was so happy. She got her tail up over her back and she's prancing. We came out of the last turn, and because she's trained the same way all the time, she went to take off, and I'm like, I got my whip tucked back. She got an ear hood on. I'm just seesawing her going. I don't even think she had an ear hood on. Just seesawing and going through the wire, and she was full of herself, 100% sound. Now, still got some healing to do, but she is on track now. Now, don't ask me how long it's going to take. I don't know. That'll be up to Princess Dream. Somewhere between what I think and Emily and the vet thinks and what Princess Dream wants, that's where you're going to see her get to the races. After what I saw today, I would suspect we're going to see her ready to go probably in 6 weeks, maybe 5. There's no rush. We're going to miss that first stake, which is fine. She get the entire rest of the season, and she has stakes in between. She staked plenty. Let's look at what is sitting around that July 20th mark. It's June the 1st. I would say the July 15th to 20th mark is when she'll be ready to go. Maybe a little bit earlier. That'll be up to Princess and Emily and Danny and the vet, myself, as she goes beyond. But the big news from today is she was sound as a dollar. And as I told you, we talk about the muscle masses, we talk about how their knees bother them, we talk about managing Chicago Hall, Gaslight Hall, those other muscle masses, Hallie in the Clouds. This isn't shocking. I've seen this movie 100 times before. We went through it with Tipsy and Dixie. We went through it with all the horses we've had. We have a pretty good handle on how to manage the muscle mass breed as we start to see their knees bother them a little bit. Gaslight Hall, they're bothering him a little bit. Chicago, the vet said his knees were great, which was surprising, but uplifting. The only good thing about the time off, that injury that she had where she scraped her legs up, she got that nasty big hunk of flesh out there now. The only good thing is all her other joints got a chance to cool down. She got that rest, right? That weird stoppage of play in May that you just don't see, or even April, I guess, that you don't see. So she should be sound and fresh as she heads into the summer, but I was so happy. I know Emily wasn't happy to hear that she trained, but I was so excited to see her do her work. And I can tell you there was only one being happier than I was, and that was her. She absolutely had a ball. She had her tail up, as I said, just screaming through the wire, and I'm just seesawing her. And then she walked back, she prancing, she got her ears up. She was pretty excited herself. So really, really happy with the way this afternoon went. The only thing that makes me more happy, more excited, is to watch Ollie play baseball at 6 o'clock. I'm gonna go meet with John real quick, talk about the stable, talk about some plans, talk about what we're looking to do, how we're looking to do it, and that all has to take place in 55 minutes because I'm getting back on the road at that point and heading back to Guelph. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. If you're in Guelph, you want to see little Ollie play ball, feel free. Howitt Park, I believe, is his home diamond, around the Wellington Road area. If you guys want to stop by and watch him play, 6 o'clock, it all begins, first pitch. So we'll talk to you soon. I hope you're having a wonderful day also. Have a great rest of your day, and good luck to everybody racing tonight.